Hi guys, I'm in the process of rebuilding this Motorhispania RX50, and I didn't find anywhere how to rebuild the forks, and I've sort of done a bit of research, and I've rebuilt one of the fork legs, as you can see, and I thought I'd show you how to do the other one. So yeah. So, as you can see, step one will be to remove this rubber thingy, which, there you go, to reveal this nut. This is a 13mm hex, which is quite a weird size, to be fair, but I've got a neat trick for you. So what I used instead, because I couldn't find a 13mm hex key, is this. This is a joiner nut, however you want to call it. Basically a long nut, which is an M8, and that has a 13mm head on it. So pop that in there with some plastic to protect the nut itself. I don't want to undo this just yet. I want to release this pinch bolt first, just to make sure that you don't damage the threads inside the fork tube. So we're going to do that next. So the tool you need is a 6mm hex, and you want to just, sorry about the shoddy camera work, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Basically just release this. You don't have to undo it entirely, just loosen it slightly, like so. And there's also a second pinch bolt up here that you need to slacken off in order to remove the fork legs, but we're going to do that in a minute, after we've loosened this one. And this is the same principle. You don't want to release it entirely. This is actually already loose. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And as if by magic, the pinch bolt is loose. Now, all that remains to be done in order to remove the fork leg is to just grab it and twist it until it lets go like that. Okay, let's get it on the bench. So now we have the fork leg on the bench. As you can see, it's pretty manky looking. I doubt these have ever been apart, which is not surprising considering it's a moped, and it's a 2004, so well, yeah, these are probably 22 years old, these fork seals, and as you can see, they have been leaking for a while. Step one is to clean them up, and we'll take it from there. And here is the final result. Well, not final, I'm going to clean it some more, but I've cleaned up the stanchion, just make sure they look fine, which is good. No pitting or rust. This will probably just be, I'll be able to get that off later. For cleaning I used some regular brake cleaner and a brass bristle brush. Oh, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Brass bristle brush and a microfiber. So let's get to stripping. Yes, 13. Get that to one side. Butterfingers. Inside here, don't know if you can see, maybe. There's an Allen key, an Allen bolt rather, which you need to slacken off. I think it's a 6mm. Yes. You may need to put the bolt leg in a vise, or use an impact gun, which I've got here. They don't have to remove it entirely, just loosen it off, because it's much easier to do when the spring is compressed. Now for the other side, and we'll use the old joiner long nut thing trick. Again, just put some plastic in that so you get a grip, and to not to avoid damaging the aluminium. Might need to keep the forklift on a slight angle. Now this isn't spring loaded, because there's a second bolt, which unfortunately, which we'll come to, that actually locks the spring in place. So, can you get it? I managed to get it off. I had to put the fork leg upright and lock the lower part with my legs, well, with my feet, and just to be able to get it out, because there's a I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's an O-ring on the top, which sort of put up a fight. Now we can empty out the oil, which is always fun. I'm going to try not to drop my, if there is any oil in it. Well, there's some. Not enough. Most of the oil drained. I just nipped this lower bolt back up, not tight, but just tight-ish, because now we're going to have to tackle this one. This is a pig. I don't think you'll be able to do this without an impact gun. And even when you manage to loosen it, then the fun really starts. So we're going to have to put you on this makeshift tripod that I've engineered, which is basically two spanners in the vise. And I have to show it real quickly. Look at my genius. Sorry about the fingers again. And now we are going to just, and the reason why I think you have to nip the lower bolt up is otherwise everything will just spin, which it inevitably will anyway later. So yeah, impact on. This is an 8mm Allen key. One of the Allen sockets. Got some. Oh, this just spins. Oh, lovely. Okay, it's loose. Okay, it was loose from the get-go. The other one put up a fight, so I had to impact that off. Okay, I'm gonna get you in and just explain the issue. Okay, so this is the issue. This bolt goes into the rod that sits inside the fork leg, and it will, if you turn this, turn the bolt, the entire rod will spin, and you won't be able to get the bolt out. What I had to do was get a flathead screwdriver or two in between this washer, this washer and this plastic bushing, which sits sort of on top and inside slightly the spring. Just push those apart. If you're super strong, you probably can do it by hand. I couldn't because I'm weak. And get some more grips on the rod itself. I doubt I'm going to be able to show you how it's done. Let's see. So as you can see, I've been able to wedge a flathead screwdriver in between this plastic bushing and this steel washer. I've also taken the precaution to wrap the jaws of my mole grips in electrical tape in a perhaps futile attempt to save the rod itself from being sort of marred or damaged by the jaws. Doesn't really matter, I think, because that, as you can see, that plastic bushing goes all the way down there. So it will, even if you slightly damage the rod, it won't make a difference in as far as the damp is concerned. So let's plod along. See if we can. I'm not sure if I can show you how I'm doing this, and because I'm filming, it will probably go to shit anyway. So I'm just pushing this down and trying to get the spanner over top in between the like that, and then keep plodding along until I'm able to get the mole grips on instead of this, which is slightly, it's not as easy as it looks. I have a sneaky suspicion I'm not making it look that easy either. No, my hands are in the way. Here we go. Okay. That went a lot easier the second time round. First time I was struggling a lot more. As you can see, the mole grips are in place. I'm going to lock these down, like, hopefully. Hang on. Doesn't help, but everything's covered in fork oil. Okay, so now we have locked the the rod in place. I'm going to get my Allen socket. Where did I? Oh, it's still on the inside. And hopefully this will come out. Hopefully. Before I forget, I think I'm gonna just take this bolt out again. It should be easy because it's been before. Yeah, here we go. And there's the bolt, and there's a lock washer on the bottom as well. I'm not showing you. Here you are. So this is M8, I think, by something. Doesn't really matter. Okay, with a lock washer on at the bottom. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in a pile of bits and keep removing this screw. There we go. So that's this is an M10 by, I don't know. Okay, so now for the fun part of releasing the mold grips without shooting oil and springing and thingings all across the room. Like, hey, that's not too bad. It's not really under a lot of tension anyway, so. And we have, what's this? We have one spring. And let me show you. This is, there's the rod, and as you can see I managed to damage it slightly, but it shouldn't be an issue, and if it is an issue I'm really in the shit, because the other one I did looked significantly worse than this. Okay, let's move along. So with all those bits removed, all you have to do is get the, let's see if I can do this one-handed, slide the stanchion out of the fork tube. Slowly. Here we go. And here are the offenders. So this is the obviously the dust seal. That actually looks in okay nick, which is good because I didn't order any new. And behind that there's a circlip and the the fork seal. Thank you. And I'll show you how to see if we can put you back in my vice. Clear up some bits. There we go. The lighting is a bit naff, isn't it? Well, this shouldn't be too difficult. So the fork seal, no, rather the dust seal, can't be quite, it isn't really that difficult to get at, he says, as he struggles. Sometimes you might need to sort of get a thin bladed screwdriver in here and just help it along. Otherwise you can use something else, like a something. Does this work? Not really. Yes, it did. Okay, so dust seal out. You see this? lighting is shit, isn't it? Yeah, you can just make it out there. There's the circlip that you need to remove, which is pretty easy to do. You just start from the either side closest to the opening. You see this? There's an opening right there. Just pry it out, pry it out, pry it out. Oh, for Christ's sake. Pry it out and just work your way around, and it should pop out like that. Don't lose it. And here is the fork seal. I found yesterday that this was a bit difficult to get out. Let's see if I can adjust. I'm going handheld, people. Okay, so I wouldn't want to pry along the just stick a screwdriver in here like I did with the dust seal, because this is a lot tighter, and you run the risk of damaging the fork tube. So what I did is plonked it like that, and I got this, and no, I didn't. What I want to, sorry. My camera work is shit, isn't it? So I wanted to, I sort of slid this inside the fork tube and got the end of this one just at the top lip, and then I knocked it out. I don't know if I can show you. Can I? Maybe? If I sort of adjust my spanner setup like that, you'll be able to see, yeah, barely. Like that. I'm guessing focus is somewhere. Okay. Bear with. Feed this one in. Drop it out the other side, that's optional. And let's see, are you able to make that out? Maybe not. No, but anyway, it sits just on the lip of the fork seal. It's out on the seal itself. He says, as it doesn't. And I need an extension. Okay. So this is on the lip of the fork seal. I'm putting an extension on top as it drops out. God, this is quite frustrating. Okay, I should so, and then we take our rubber. Oh no. Okay, we're getting there, maybe. Any day now. As I said, it's a lot easier if it's not covered in oil, which it is. Okay, tap. This would have been a lot easier if I had a slightly longer pry bar. It would have been a lot easier. It's only because I'm filming, because this part wasn't really difficult yesterday. Okay. Oh, This video is going to be 11 million minutes long. It's maybe getting there, maybe? Once you sort of it's getting there. Yes. And my phone is this video, title of this video will be Man Hits Things with Rubber Mallet. Okay, let's see, are we getting there? We are. Hopefully. I don't know if we're actually getting there. Doesn't feel like it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Remember what I said about not prying from this way, this end? Or do as I say, not as I do. It's coming. It's coming. Hey, it's a boy. And, oh, where are you? Here you are. This is the offender. The fork seal. I've got new ones to go in, and I'm only as a bastard, as they say up north. Okay, let's see if we can. And there's also a apparently. There's a washer as well, apparently. This one didn't drop out on the other one I did. So that's why I'm a bit surprised. Okay. Anyway. I'm going to do some cleaning and get back to you shortly. Okay. Okay, some more cleaning done, and I want to show you one thing that actually I do like about these forks, is that this stanchion is actually tapered, which means there's less, you run less risk of actually nicking the new fork seal when you assemble the fork. So that's a good thing. Everything else, not so happy about. Okay, let's go into our box of bits. This is the one. So we've got a new fork seal. I didn't know how a fork seal looks, we just took one out. I'm going to show you when I get it out the bloody bag. Okay. So I've cleaned the fork tube inside and out. Looks nice and clean. There's also a bushing inside here. I'm not sure if I'm showing you. Inside here there's a bushing, which I don't have any new ones, so I'm not going to replace that. Ideally you would want to, but as far as I can see it looks pretty fine. These forks don't really take a lot of beating, because they're on a moped. Don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, new fork seal. Just a dab of fresh fork oil, and in you pop. and I don't know if you can tell, but there's an open-ended side and there's a closed-end side. The open-ended side has the seal spring in it. That goes like so, so that goes on the outside. And all you have to do is tap it in place. Let's see, I'm going to adjust you once again. I'm using a fork driver set, no, not a seal driver set. If you don't have one, you can use, actually I used some aluminium stock yesterday because I forgot that I actually had this. Just make sure that you tap it evenly around and around, and that it's seated properly, and that you don't damage the seal or the fork tube when you do it, obviously, because that would be silly. Okay, push it in as far as it'll go by hand, which is pretty far actually. And then tapping. Also, I should mention that mystery washer I found, I've replaced that. Oh, not replaced it, I've just put it back in its hole. Should be able to, oh, it's going in like a piss, isn't it? Oh yes. Just to, because the fork driver, the seal driver wasn't the exact right size. It's not, oh, it's getting there, but it's not 100% there yet. It's not, you can, what I'm doing is I'm feeling the mystery washer underneath, and that still spins freely and has a bit of play in it, so I'm make sure that it's nice and seated. And also you'll see the groove for the circlip once you sort of start to get there, which I am now, I think. Okay, let's not overdo it. Don't want to damage anything more than I already have. Spring washer, oh Jesus, I'm tired. Sorry, I didn't get much sleep last night. Circlip. In the hole, to make sure it's seated all the way around. Second hand dust seal, which will gonna have to do again. I think it will be fine. This moped will spend most of its days on the road, and also it's designed to do 45 kilometers an hour. It's not really a high risk environment, and the seal looks and feels completely fine. So put that back, just push it in, quick wipe down. Let's see, have we forgotten anything? Don't think we have. Off camera, I also sort of gave the spring a quick wash down with some brake cleaner and just wiped it off. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. Sorry. Jesus. I'm really shit at this, aren't I? Could do with it. Could do with a cameraman and an editor. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so spring back. And this is the next hurdle we have to surmount, if that's the correct word. You'll find that when you push the spring back in, the end of the plastic bushing which sits inside will push the rod itself down. So what I used was a bit of, Jesus Christ, making a mess. I used a bit of threaded rod, which isn't even the correct thread for this. I just poked it through into the rod itself and sort of. Can I do this one-handed? Can I? Oh, come on. You're almost there. There we go. So let's sort of fish that out. See if I can do it on camera or if I'm going to have to put you down. Let's see. Back in the vise you go. So sort of hold the rod with the threaded bar slightly and then fish it out, and then I fish it out, and then I fish it out. Yeah, here we are. And the next step is to, can you see me again? Yes. Thread, you can sort of get this bolt to, you can sort of start it off, I think. Yes, you can. Tighten it down as hard as it will go before the rod starts spinning, which is not very hard at all. Shit. Come on, you prick. So I'm doing all the British accents in one video. Sorry, proper Brits. And here we are, we got it started, but the bar is spinning, so we have to hold it down. And assembly is the reversal of disassembly, which is, but it's slightly easier because the spring isn't under that much tension because the bolt is pretty much completely out. So what I want to do is get the mole grips back on here, and then I'll be able to work it down bit by bit, maybe, hopefully. Can I get this? No. I'm sure there's a proper Showa tool for this, but I don't have it. I imagine you don't either, because you're watching this video. Can you tell I'm not a professional mechanic? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so I'm working the screwdriver down, and I'm trying to get this bleeding thing on. Okay, maybe if I do it this way. Can I? Can I? Can I? Yes. Okay, it's... So I've got the mole grips on, but it's still all bolt and no bar down there. So I'm going to have to work it down slightly until I sort of get a tiny grip on a bar, tighten down the bolt, and then repeat that an infinite amount of times. And my camera is about to die. Okay, gonna have to revisit this later. I don't know how anything of this will turn out. Probably shit. But well, I mean the video. Hopefully the forks will be okay. Can I sort of tighten this down slightly more? Without. No. And we're back in business. So I've managed to get this screwdriver in between the washer and the mole grip, and then push it that way until I could get a grip on the bar itself, which I do almost. I'll say half of the jaws of the mole grip are engaged, as it were. I have to tighten this, and then I'm going to have to repeat the process. And hopefully it's not spinning. The bar. It's not. I can't turn it anymore. I'm going to revert back to prying. Hopefully without hurting myself or the fork! The fork! Yes! We are back in business for now. So there we have it. The spring is back in, it's tightened down. I'm going to refit this. I'm going to have to clean this up a bit because it's a bit grotty. Don't forget the lock washer. 6mm Allen key. Just screw it in. You don't have to go completely hog spick on this. Just nip it up like that, because you might want to remove it in the future. Okay, you can see absolutely nothing. Still nothing. What? Over here. Okay, anyway, I'm getting bored. Fork tube. No! I am such an idiot. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fork tube goes on first. Okay, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to have a quiet breakdown. Be back in a few, maybe. And 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room. Okay, so I managed to remove the bolt again, and then slide the fork tube on, and then refit this. So learn from my mistakes. Like I said, do as I say, not as I do. To be fair, it wasn't really that hard the second time around. And I also actually discovered that the mole grips slide on the shaft. So when I tighten the bolt down, it actually the mole grip actually worked its way down. Probably, maybe, thanks to the electrical tape, and then, but it still managed to sort of grip the rod, so it didn't turn when I tightened the bolt. So bolt's tightened. What's left to do is to fill these forks with oil. They take 175 milliliters a side, which is pretty small amount to be fair. But then again, I'm mostly used to motorcycle forks, so yeah, everything's a slightly smaller scale. I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll rejoin you when the fork leg is back on the bike. Okay, just quickly, I had to show this because I've emptied this bottle into my measuring device. As you can see, it's completely empty, apart from a few drops. And look at the amount that was in. It's 175-ish milliliters on the nose. And here we are. 2 rebuilt fork legs. Reassembly is the reversal of removal, or what's the expression? Just a word of caution when you do this. You do the top nut on up. Well, it's on the bike. The same procedure as when you removed it. Just don't tighten that before you've tightened the nut inside, and also don't over tighten the nut inside because it's aluminium and it's quite fine thread, so it's easy to strip out. Just nip it up, should be plenty, and then tighten these and the lower one as well. Okay, yeah, that will be all for now. I need to charge my phone and have a coffee, I think. It's been emotional. Okay, yeah, catch you some other time, I hope. Okay, bye.